Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tony Purcell, and today I want to talk to you about how to create your emotions. Now, I talk all the time about how you're the creator of your life, and you're the creator of every aspect and area of your life. This is one of those areas that people tend to struggle the most on in really understanding and grasping what that really means to be the creator of their emotions, that they can actually choose how they feel at any time. So today I'm going to tell you how to do that and how to choose how you feel at all times, how to create your own emotions and create your own feelings. I mean, isn't really what people are striving for is joy and happiness in life? I'm going to teach you in this video exactly how to do that and how to create that happiness inside of you at any time. So the reason why, again, I want to talk about this is because a lot of people don't understand this. They can see, oh, I understand how I'm the creator of my own life with my body or with my finances or even with my relationships, but how do I control and create how I feel inside? And you've got to understand, you've got to have this massive, massive mindset shift away from that way of thinking. The way that most people think is that the world around them creates how they're feeling inside. And I want you to really, really think about this and think about yourself. Just don't just think about everyone. Think about yourself. I want you to think about yourself and think about when you feel upset or when you feel angry or frustrated or sad or depressed or any emotion that is not your ideal emotion, and somebody says, what's wrong? And you're being totally honest, if they say, really, no, what's wrong? And you open up to them and tell them, what is it that's wrong? And you'll always say, it's such and such is happening at work, or my boss has made me angry, or my spouse has done this or that, or so-and-so is just really ticking me off, or this situation, the financial stress that I'm in, or whatever it is. It's always the outer situation that is creating your inner turmoil. And at least that's what you'll say and that's what you'll think, but that's not the truth. That's not the reality. See, the reality is that you are the creator of everything in your life, and that includes your emotions, it includes the way that you feel, and it includes the way that you respond and you react to everything in your life. And so I want you to first really grasp that and own up to it. Because unless you really own that, and unless you take that on and accept that you've been doing that in your life, you'll stay stuck forever. Okay, so step number one is just to really own that and understand, okay, I've been letting my outer circumstances dictate how I feel inside. And I think this is really a lifelong lesson that you continue to learn and improve at. And so here's what I want you to understand. So it said, we'll talk about how to deal with that. Now, I want to give you an example, and this is a really generic example that really applies to any and every area of your life when it comes to creation. And I want you to think about a garden. Okay, I want you to imagine a garden, just a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous garden. And I want you to imagine if you left that garden and left it completely alone for, say, a year, and you came back later, what would that garden really look like? And no one took care of it for a year. What would it look like? It would go from this beautiful garden to being completely overrun with weeds, and most all the flowers would die. That's just what happens. It just naturally happens. The only way to keep it that beautiful, well-kept garden is to every day or very, very consistently go and continue to weed it and to continue to cultivate it and continue to nurture the flowers and give it what they need and make sure that they've got all the water and get rid of all the weeds. Now, the same thing happens in your life in every area of your life. And we can look at any other area. Think of, your body. If you stop eating healthy, good, nutritious food and eat junk food, then your body will respond to that. And naturally, you'll not feel as healthy and you'll not be as nutritious, and your body will start to most likely gain weight. Or let's say you stop exercising and you don't exercise anymore. Your muscles will naturally atrophy. They'll naturally weaken. Your heart will weaken. Your lungs will weaken. And all your muscles will weaken and go away. That's just the way that things work. Now, that's not a sad or negative or depressing thing. In fact, it's a really incredible thing. Because the way that most people live their life is they just let life happen to them and then can't understand why it's so chaotic. And the great thing about being a creator is it's not that difficult. It's not really difficult and complicated. It's actually very simple. And it comes down to making very simple decisions, like that garden. If you want a beautiful garden, you make the decision that you're going to have a beautiful garden and that you're going to do the work necessary, and then you follow through on that. You continue to weed it every day, and you continue to water it, and you continue to take care of that garden, and it will give you exactly what you want out of it if you put into it what you're supposed to. The same thing with your body, the same thing with your finances, the same thing with anything, and the same thing with your emotions. I need you to understand that your emotions will do the same thing that that garden will do. Like those weeds that'll come up, you will naturally have negative emotions that just come up and just rise up. You'll have anger, you'll have frustration, you'll have blame, you'll have guilt, you'll have jealousy, you'll have every kind of negative emotion, hatred, everything that you could think of naturally come up. And just life circumstances will bring that up in you. The question is, are you going to just let life happen to you? Which, again, is what most people do, especially with their emotions. They just let themselves feel. See, most people aren't ever taught. It's just, you're never taught that you're in control of your own emotions and that you're in charge of them and you can control them. And this is how to deal with them. You're just never taught that. And so what happens is you just go through life and you just react to things as those emotions come up, and you just let them happen, and before you know it, no matter where you're starting, you don't pay any attention, you don't consciously work on your emotional well-being for a year or two or three, and all of a sudden you've got chaos emotionally. You feel just so much more anger inside of you, so much more frustration, and so much more depression. Whatever negative emotion just continues to build, or maybe all of them, and you just have a lot of chaos inside of you. And then at that point, most people will get really frustrated. They'll go to, some kind of specialist who will then prescribe them some medication that will physiologically change their body and release different chemicals. And, there's a different way. I'm not saying that there's never any use for medication, or there's people who that's what they need. What I am saying is that we're not taught in our society, for the most part, how to deal with that. We're taught that it's okay to just react to what happens around us and life is going to be okay. And it doesn't work that way. If you just let your emotions happen, you're going to create a lot of chaos. And so here's what you do is you just simply pay attention. Now I want you to think about the other thing. In the garden, all we've talked about, we kept talking about clearing the weeds out. You've got to also know that you have to plant flowers or fruits or vegetables, whatever it is that you want in your garden, you have to plant that. The same thing with your emotions. You've got to take all the negative emotions out, and you've also got to consciously plant positive emotions. You've got to consciously plant those good, positive, loving, joyful, happy emotions inside of your body, or really inside of your mind, inside of your feelings. You've got to implant those and then weed out the negative ones. The easiest way to do that is simply to be conscious, to pay attention, and to notice your emotions, to know this. This right here is so extremely profound. Know that you are not your emotions. And most people think, hey, when anger comes up in them, what do they say? They don't say, there's some anger, I got to deal with it and get rid of it. No, what people say when anger comes up in them is they say, I am angry, I am mad, I am depressed, or I am happy, I am joyful, whatever. That is not who you are. And what people do is they get associated with that emotion. I want you to really think of that. I don't know if you've ever done that or felt that before, where you have become the emotion that you're feeling. And when you feel that emotion, you think that it's just you and just part of you and part of who you are. And it isn't. And so the simplest and easiest thing you can do is just take a step back and allow yourself to observe the emotion that comes up, and not judge yourself and not get down and say, oh man, I'm such an angry person if I'm getting angry. Just say, okay, anger came up. I've got some work to do. I've got to go weed the garden. I've got to get rid of some of that anger. I've got to pull some weeds. go throw them away, and I've got to plant some better emotions. Now, obviously, it goes a lot more in depth than that, but honestly, if you really applied that, it would change your entire life. And I know because I've done it. And there's more steps to take naturally, and I couldn't teach you all of those to you just in this short video. However, I do have a CD set. It's called the Conquer Your Thoughts, Conquer Your Life CD set. It's about exactly what we're talking about, how powerful your thoughts are and how powerful it is to consciously choose your thoughts, and how it will literally change everything about your life when you choose to do that. And I'll go into really, really specific techniques about how to get rid of those negative thoughts, how to find them and pinpoint them and pull them out, find the real source of them, because you've got to get them at the root. Just like, weeding a garden, you've got to pull out the roots. In the exact same way, you've got to find the root of these issues and pull them out. And I go into all those things in my CD set. It's called Conquer Your Thoughts, Conquer Your Life. It's a 5 CD set, and you can get it for $50 is how much I charge for that. Now, right now, for a limited time, I don't know how long this will be. I'll offer this. It may just be, a couple days, a couple weeks. I don't know how long it will be. So you want to go ahead and get this deal right now. Right now, I'm offering that as a free bonus to anybody who joins Empower Network on my team. And that could be anywhere on my team, directly below me or below someone who's on my team. Anyone who joins, it costs $25 to join Empower Network. You get everything that you get for joining Empower Network, which is worth a whole lot more than $25. Plus, you're going to get my Conquer Your Thoughts, Conquer Your Life CD set, which is worth way, way, way more than $25 or even the $50 that I charge. Normally, it's worth thousands, possibly millions. I mean, think about it. Think about how much it would really be worth to you in your life to truly be happy and to create the entire life that you wanted to. I mean, if you could do that, if I could show you exactly how to do that, what would that really be worth to you? And that's the worth of those CDs, because I tell you exactly that. And the cool thing is, it's not one of those, fluffy success principles. It's what really, really works. And I'll just tell you stories from my personal life of saying, this is what actually worked for me when I went from a place of my life falling apart, being really angry and depressed and broke, to, everything changing around very, very quickly. And I tell you that in that CD set and tell you exactly what I did and exactly how everything changed for me. And I've seen it work for many, many others. I mean, dozens and dozens of people that I've personally worked with and who have applied all those principles and gotten the exact same results that I got out of it. So below this video, I'm going to have a link, and it's just going to get into Empower Network. It's $25 to get in. I always am saying, just get in and see what's on the inside. But in addition to that, today I'm offering this free bonus that you'll also get that 5 CD set as a free gift for joining. You're also going to have a free one-on-one session with me that normally I charge several $100s for. You'll get a free one-on-one session with me. And in that session, just tell me, hey, I saw that video where you promised that free CD set. Because like I said, this isn't just for everyone, and this isn't, there's a temporary offer. So just tell me that you saw this video, you want that CD set, and I'll send that to you. We'll have our one-on-one session. You'll get all this stuff from Empower Network. And it's all $25. I mean, just do it right now, because I promise in that CD set, you're going to learn how to have absolute complete control over your emotions and how to, really live your life the way that you were designed to, the way that you were made to. I mean, life was meant to be happy. You were created to experience joy and happiness and abundance in a fulfilling life. And that's exactly everything that I teach you in my 5 CD set, and everything that they teach in Empower Network as well, which is why I've aligned with them. So just pay the $25, join. We'll have our one-on-one session, figure out exactly where you're at and where you want to go from there, and I'll talk to you soon.